Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Wednesday. This is episode 7 of the first season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. And if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. Now it is picking up. It's getting really interesting. Loads of questions are being raised, and we need to have the answers. So last episode, Wednesday, still trying to conjure up, good there, trying to acquire information. She's seeing some gates. She's trying to figure out where it is. She's drawing it on a picture. Now she's gone to Xavier and said, do you know where it is? Have you been drawing it? And boom, he has. He's also got a copy. He knows where it is. It's the old house, Garrett Gates, the one that her dad was accused of killing. It's their family home. Now she's gone there. She's trying to acquire information. And who's she seeing? That's right, the mayor. He's there. He had a document passed to him earlier on in the episode, and it was Larissa Gates' file. Now I don't know who she is. I'm assuming it's a sister, and I raised a question that maybe it was a teacher that was inside of the school. But he's gone there. She's seen him come out. She's heard him say that, he thinks he knows what's going on. He's rang the sheriff, left a voicemail, said he's going to meet him at the coffee shop. She's jumped in his car secretly and gone on, the trip with them. As she got out of the car and he was crossing the road, boom, mate, he's been ran over. He's bloodied, left on the floor. He's been rushed to the hospital. She's being questioned by the sheriff. Why was she there? She's told him the truth. Do you know what I mean? She was searching, trying to get information. She's ended up going back to the house with Enid and Tyler, trying to find more clues. And they've seen that the same car that ran the mayor over is now in the garage. It's covered up. They've gone into the house. They've seen these cobwebs all over. But she's seen a little thing in the wall that was nice and clear. She pressed it. Boom, a secret passageway opened up. Freshly, burnt out candles were still there. Somebody's still in the house. They've gone up, they split, they've gone looking. Now, we need to find one of these bedrooms. Clear, mate. Freshly pressed bed, flowers there, pictures up. Do you know what I mean? Somebody looks like they live in there. Then what happens? Yes, the monster comes and he attacks. You hear Tyler shout downstairs that he's hurt. She grabs this little jewelry box Wednesday before they go running. The monster comes up the stairs. They get in the dumbwaiter. He slashes it. They drop down to the floor. They're in the basement. Now they're in here. She's looking. She's finding loads of information. She's seen the jars of all these little, body parts that have been acquired off different bodies, different victims of the monster earlier on in the season. And then they moved and obviously they've ran away. They've ran back to the house to save Tyler. He's there. He slashed a little bit. And who turns up? Xavier. Do you know what I mean? Bit suspicious. Is he involved? I don't know. I think they're trying to make it look like he's involved with the footprints, and then boom, he turns up with the drawings. He's doing it, the locations. He knows it. And now obviously being here with the attacks, he's there. Do you know what I mean? Very suspicious. But they end up going back to the school. Do you know what I mean? She nearly got suspended because she dodged the curfew, but she told the head teacher that the reason why Rowan was trying to kill her was because of this drawing. She looked at it. She was like, look, mate, I'm going to give you one more shot. If you break the rules again, you are gone out of this school. She's ended up going back to her dorm. Enid's packing up. She's like, look, mate, I've tried my best to be your friend, but you took me to this place. You don't care about anybody's well-being. You only care about yourself. You don't care about anybody's feelings. I feel like, I need to move out. And she's left, and it's left Wednesday. She's sat on the floor, kind of upset on her own. She's looking at this jewelry box. A bunch of pictures fall out in the bottom of it. She looks at it. Someone's spying on her. Literally, pictures of her all over the place, different locations, playing the cello, being at the school, being in the car on that night, being at the house, chilling with Enid. Somebody is stalking her. No idea who it is. I'm suspecting that obviously Larissa Gates is the therapist, as she dropped some flowers off at Eugene's, hospital, and I kind of seen the same ones in the house. And I think that the sheriff is also a bit sus as well. Every time he's acquired information, something happens. Do you know what I mean? Somebody knows about all the body parts. Oh, doctor's dead. Somebody's found the cave. Oh, it's been blown up. Do you know what I mean? The mayor wants to give the sheriff some information. Oh, it gets ran over. Mate, sus. Really sus. Interested to find out though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, let's jump into episode 7, season 1 of Wednesday.
I enjoy funerals. I've been crashing them since I was old enough to read the obituary section. Mayor Walker was murdered, and I know the killer.
Oh, he was murdered.
What if I'm wrong? What if I lied? There is a crack, run right.
Who's that behind that tree? I clocked him there, look.
Uncle
Oh, look at that.
Fester.
Uncle Fester, mate. Hey, go on, lad. Got a spare room, aren't you?
This place belongs to a friend.
You've actually made a friend. Poor kid will be going home in a body bag. Do you know what kind of a monster you're dealing with?
Haven't been able to identify it.
It's called a hide.
You've seen one before.
In '83, during my vacay at the Zurich Institute for the Criminally Insane.
Never been any mention of hides in any Outcast book. And Nevermore is reputed for having the best collection.
You tried Nathaniel Faulkner's diary? Before he founded Nevermore, Faulkner traveled the world, cataloging every outcast community.
Where is it?
Nightshade's library. I was hoping for a stash of cash or jewels, but I found a diary.
We'll sneak into the Nightshade's library tonight. My novel started out as a twisted fiction, but somehow reality has turned it into my own personal looking glass. My visit to the Gates mansion has left me with so many questions. If Floral Gates died 20 years ago, then who was sleeping in her bedroom?
Sorry, I figured you were still at Mayor Walker's wake.
As soon as the dirt hits the coffin, I'm out.
Yoko's hosting a mani-pedi party for her crew.
This is the third time in 24 hours you've forgotten something. With no annoying distractions, I'm almost finished with my novel. You giggle when you text, which is a 24/7 addiction. You overcommit to clubs and activities and then complain about them nonstop.
I'd take that over your obsession with all things creepy and dead. Guess I'm the lucky one with a new bestie that doesn't try to find ways to endanger literally everybody she comes into contact with.
They do make me laugh, them.
Uncle Fester?
Who's Uncle Fester?
What are you doing here?
Well, since I'm an actual nightshade, I don't have to explain myself. You know what your problem is?
I would love to hear your piercing insight.
I've been on your side since day one. I literally saved your life.
Every time the monsters attacked, you have been right there.
I've said that. I've said
Starting
that.
with Rowan at the Harvest Festival. Each day, you arrived at the meeting house just minutes after the monster had disappeared, yet you say you didn't see it. Then there's your drawing obsession. Let's not forget your oh-so-convenient appearance after Tyler had been attacked at the Gates mansion.
Why haven't I killed you?
Because for some reason I cannot fathom or indulge, you seem to like me.
How long have you been lurking?
Long enough to feel the tension between you two.
Right, William.
Do I have time for a snooze, or can you crack this one quickly?
Surely it's impossible to crack them. Obviously he's going to, but like... You know, before obviously we dive into this, right? I'm glad that it was raised. We raised those exact questions, didn't we? Literally spitting image. Now, obviously, I've lent on the side that I believe they're just dropping him in those situations to make us think that he's involved and he's not actually. Do you know what I mean? I've never actually been on like his case to say, you are the monster, you're doing it. But I've always been, it's been suspicious. You have been turning up in these locations. Every time something happens, you are there. When this and that. Boom, boom, boom. Do you know what I mean? And now she said it herself. So that's good. It's out in the air. Somebody else is thinking it as well. But I also do think that he's been put there to get us from not trying to suspect who it truly really is. And that's the exciting bit. I thought it was interesting because if you take his point of view, his has been totally different from how we've been looking at it. You know what I mean? We've been looking at it as if he's been turning up every time an attack happens. And like, it's so suspicious that when the monster goes, he's there. And when he's doing these drawings, you know, he's never seen them. You know what I mean? Exactly how Wednesday's been looking at it, and he's flipped it and said, how about all this information that I've actually been doing has been helping you? I turned up on the first day, stopped you from getting killed. You know what I mean? Like, I've been helping you with the drawings and the locations. Yesterday I helped. I'm not the bad guy. And it's quite interesting. It was totally different the way I've been looking at his role. I still don't think it's him, but I feel like he's been implemented to make us deter our suspicion away from who it truly is, which I don't know yet.
Here it is. Faulkner describes hides as artists by nature, but equally vindictive in temperament. Born of mutation, the hide lays dormant until unleashed by a traumatic event or unlocked through chemical inducement or hypnosis. That means I'm not looking for one killer, but two, the monster and its master.
Enid has requested to room with Yoko for the rest of the school year.
She did?
You two seemed as thick as thieves.
Ultimately, thieves turn on each other.
Is it really so difficult for you to admit that you made a friend and now that she's gone, you might actually miss her?
I'll survive alone. I always have.
I need to talk to you. No, like right now. Okay, I can meet you there in like 20 minutes.
Who was that Bianca on the phone?
Bye.
Who are you talking to?
It's none of your goddamn business.
I know what you are, Xavier.
Can you stay the hell away from me?
Right, does she think it's him then? That's a controlling of it.
Did you place a tracker?
Look at the maze. Oh, mate, it's the therapist. Look. See what I mean? In Team Wolf, right, we had the Kenema. And the Kenema was a monster that was going around attacking people. It didn't attack the Master, and the Master was the person that instructed the people that he killed. Do you know what I mean? That is why Gerard wanted to take over and get the Kenema. He wanted to get Jackson dinner, because he wanted to use that so that he could have it to his advantage, so he could take over everybody else. That's kind of the same here. It's another different type of supernatural. It's not the Kenema, but it's the same concept. There's a creature that can be controlled, and somebody can use it by not doing the killing themselves, but they can take out and do whatever they want by getting somebody else to do it. It's interesting. Now 2 people are involved. Mad.
It is imperative I speak with you about Dr. Kinbot.
Speak of the devil.
And she shall appear. I've been reading about hypnotherapy. I think it might be a good technique to unlock my inner Wednesday. Are you a devotee?
Yes, very much so. I'm seeing you on Monday. We can start then.
I have some homework I need to finish.
I did think at the start of the season they was working together though, didn't they? But I wiped her out of it last
Kinbot
episode.
has to be Savior's master.
Made you a quad on the house.
Hey, thanks, kid.
This is my Uncle Fester.
Nice to. That's it from that night. What'd I say? Okay, for the record, Wednesday was trying to keep her distance. I was the one that sat down with her.
Putting these up around town as a bank robbery suspect is a real creep.
About rescheduling our date.
Well, between the monster and my uncle.
And no excuses. Figure after what happened last time, you owe me.
Well, I can't sneak off of campus. All eyes are on me.
I'll sneak on.
I'll come to you. 9 p.m. Crackstone's crib.
It's not a date. It's a quid pro quo for almost getting him disemboweled. The last time somebody threw a surprise for me here, it did not go as planned.
Guarantee this one might make you pass out cold.
I love how moody she looks.
You have to close your eyes. You can open your eyes now.
Looks fancy, like a standard date, doesn't it?
No one's ever taken you on a picnic inside a crypt before.
See that smile there? She was trying to glimmer a smile there that was flickering. Legally blonde.
Yeah, there's definitely a suspect's bike. Looks as weird as he does.
That was torture.
I want us to be more than friends.
You'll snap out of it. I almost killed you.
I survived.
Beginner's luck.
Ah, they go fucking always happens, man, doesn't it?
What the hell? I'm not gonna even ask what this is.
Can you carry on with your kiss or what? Or is the mood dead? It's ruined now, isn't it? Yeah, it's ruined. Oh, you reckon things been slashed up?
Help, help, help! Thing's not moving! He was stabbed!
Get him on the table.
Look at those emotions there. What if she didn't have no friends? Oh, mate, you better not die. It's like a staple of like the Addams family.
If you die, I will kill you. Go get him.
A flicker, that's what we like to see.
Knife from behind the back. Cowards. Promise that whoever did this to you will suffer. I'll stitch it back up. The sheriff won't be far. You need to go.
You'll always be my favorite, Wednesday.
Be sure to tell Pugsley that. Whoever ransacked my room also stole Nathaniel Faulkner's diary.
That's supposed to be safely locked in the Nightshade's library.
Which means you also know the monster we're after is called a Hyde.
Faulkner spent years studying hides. He wanted to determine if they were just mindless killers or conscious of their actions, killed by a Hyde before he could reach one. If you suspect someone, you need to tell me.
All you've ever done is gaslight and obstruct me.
I'm protecting our Nevermore family, which also includes you.
I actually said that. I feel like this. She really does care for the school. And she's so tall compared to Wednesday, mate.
Turning these off my dad's computer. Seems he was trying to track down someone.
It's an anagram for Laurel Gates.
Laurel secretly buys her old house and then comes
Well,
back to
smart.
Jericho as someone else. Why?
Revenge on all the people she blames for her family's misfortunes. I wanted to return something. I found it in your old childhood room. I know you're Laurel Gates. You've come back to Jericho to seek your revenge.
You're not actually accusing me of murdering the mayor.
The roses you left in Eugene's room were your mistake.
I don't have time to deal with your delusional fantasies.
Who are you calling, Xavier?
Judge Reynolds, I'm going to recommend you stay in a juvenile psychiatric facility for observation.
Oh, please. You and I both know I'd be running that place in a week.
See, right, if that is Laurel Gates, yeah, you'd think that she'd have a better poker face than that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you was a person that was actually going around committing these murders, instigating these attacks, you'd think that you'd have a good poker face. If somebody come and questioned you, your face won't drop. You won't start panicking. You won't start deflecting. That's what she was doing. everything that she was saying, deflect, it's you, I'm putting you here, do you know what I mean? You're out of line, I don't know what you're talking about, you reckon I could kill somebody? No, mate, do you know what I'm saying? You didn't keep that straight face and just play, like, I would just let her talk all the way through it, and I'd be like, that's unprofessional for me to even be talking to you right now, not part of therapy sessions. If you do want to talk about it and you do feel like you've got something on your mind, then come back when we got a session on Monday. We can sit there, we can discuss it. You've got an hour to go in and tell me everything that's going through your head. But right now you do sound a little bit crazy, and we haven't got a time booked. I've got to see another patient, so please take your gift or whatever you called it and be on your merry way until our next session. Do you know what I mean? Right now she's panicking, fluffing all over the place.
Principal Weems, it's Valerie Kinbot. Wednesday Adams just barged into my office.
Oh, maybe it's not her, actually. Been proper accusational, me, and she might be smoked off herself. She is. A fuck knows. That's all I'll say. I'm going back on the ginger teacher. You know what I mean?
She's gone.
No wonder she was acting all confused. You would deflect, wouldn't you, if it wasn't you?
You need to take your own advice. You left that in my room.
I'm the villain in your fantasy. My father thinks that my mental health is a PR problem that he needs to manage.
Your painting's been improving.
Yo, that one is pretty sick, to be honest.
What is Rowan's inhaler doing in your shed? Are Eugene's glasses? Or these stalker images you took of me?
No, somebody planted that stuff. Please! Drop the knife! You framed me! I should have let Rowan kill you.
Oh, who do we reckon it is, man? Then I'm not thinking it's him, because the way she deflected before, it turned out to be true, and he deflected straight away as well.
What happened to rooming with Yoko? I just decided I needed a few more boundaries. Skip the tape. Don't tell me Wednesday Adams is mellowing out.
More like evolving. Thing said he missed you.
I missed him too. I'm sorry about Xavier. Thing may have blabbed about your date with Tyler. Well, I heard Tyler's working the late shift.
Oh man, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm gonna say fair play to the show, man. I still have no idea.
Dad told me what happened with Xavier. That guy always seems so normal.
It has made me reevaluate things. Like who I can trust.
Does that mean you're ready to be more than friends?
So I hope it's not him now, because I'll be disappointed. And this is good character growth. Oh. Is him?
You okay?
You gonna give it away or what?
I need to go. Of course, the first boy
interesting.
out to be a psychotic serial killing monster.
Surely he knows that though. See, right, it's not, is it finished? It's not one of those things that happened. I know I'm going back to the Jackson stuff now, but we've had something very similar, honestly, something so similar in Teen Wolf that we've watched, where Jackson's Akenema didn't know that he was transforming into this Akenema. Yeah, obviously this is called a hide. And he was going around and he was attacking people and he had no idea. Do you know what I mean? He had to record himself in the night and see himself transform, even though he's committing all these acts. I want to know if he knows he's doing that as well. Now, I knew something was like odd or not normal with him when we seen him in the water screaming, but nothing's played out about that. And did you see that absolute peak perfect timing when I was saying it? I hope that is nothing to do with him, because, you know, it'll disappoint me going into the next season, because Wednesday saw so much character progression and growth in trusting somebody and giving, you know, her feelings a time of day. Do you know what I mean? Like, she so many times she suppresses them. At least she's shown some good emotion here. In terms of friends with Enid, she was emotional that she actually wanted to move away. You know, Thing just nearly died and he was there. Boom. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was crying. You could tell that now she's actually showing that she actually does care for people. And like a teacher was saying to her earlier on in the episode, that it's good, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've been closed off for so long and you've actually enjoyed it. You can actually say you like letting people in. Because no matter what, right, everybody can be fine with being on their own, and you say you don't need anybody. And that is true. Like, I feel like I could live my whole life just chilling, just me. I don't need anybody. But does it mean my life's better without people? No, it doesn't. And that's the difference. Do you know what I mean? The fact that, would I rather have a partner? Yeah, I would. Would I rather have friends and family? Of course I would. If I didn't have them, I could cope the way she thinks she can. But life's just better with them, and she's noticing that now. And like I said, the first time she's let a boy in and she's felt that connection, boom, mate. It's the wrong connection because she's got a vision and she's seeing that he's the one that slashed the therapist. So I think it's really interesting. I've got to say, fair plays, mate. We've gone all the way to episode 7 until we've actually had it revealed. And I've been going around the houses. I've got to admit, I probably said it was him at one point. I'm not taking no credit. I've said every name under the sun. I was even thinking Enid a minute ago, but obviously we've seen that he was she was in that house when he got attacked, so she clearly wasn't the monster because she was there as it was attacking. But I did say at the time of the attack, yeah, that we haven't seen him and the monster in the same scene. Said that at the bottom of the stairs. You know, when he shouted, "Oh, the monster is here!" I was like, I've not seen you with it. I've not seen you stood there in the same room the same way I've seen Wednesday. I've seen Enid. They've ran away from it. It's been attacking and they've fled. You? No, we haven't. And to be honest, I did go in on the therapist a minute ago. I thought that she was the person that was part of it. I did. I hold my hands up. Because I was saying all she was doing is when she was accused is deflection, deflection, deflection. And the best way you do it is poker face it. You'd think that if you was involved, you'd have a better poker face. Turns out she wasn't involved. That's why she had a shit poker face. That's why she was deflecting. Do you know what I mean? So everything that I said just goes out the window because she was acting how a person who's actually being accused or something they've not done would do. So I thought that was actually really interesting. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So did you guess it was obviously Tyler? I suspected him earlier on in the season, and then obviously, see, my suspicions went away when we was at the Raven dance because I'm honestly sure he was at the Raven dance when Eugene was attacked. I'm sure he was. So then, if it is him, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my suspicions on a few characters disappeared when I seen attacks happen when they was in different locations. So I am pretty sure, yeah, that when Eugene got attacked, he was at the Raven dance with he was with Wednesday. Now he could have sloped off for a couple of minutes, but you know, it's interesting. But then it would fit because if you piece that single situation together, he was there when he listened. I said it though. I'm gonna go back. I said it in the episode when Wednesday come down the stairs and she was speaking to Eugene and he said they was going to a cave. He was there. I said, I wonder if he's just acquired a bit of information that they didn't really like want him to know. Then, obviously, later in the episode, Eugene seen a male, yeah, a man, go and blow the cave up. I was like, who's that? We never knew who it was. I said it was the sheriff. I actually said it was the sheriff, me. I did. Now, why? I don't know why I said it, but I'm pretty sure at the time I said it was the sheriff. Because now looking back on it, it would make sense. It would make sense if it's the sheriff controlling Tyler, his son. Because he's been involved in all these situations. I rattled them off last episode. Do you know what I mean? The fact that, you know, I rattled Tyler's off in the Xavier's off in all the situations that he's been in, it's suspicious. I'm surprised nobody's ever raised that question. And then in today's episode, Wednesday actually did raise that suspicion. Why is it that this happened, you was there, and this happened, you come to the, you know, like, you come to say today, why are you drawing all these pictures on these locations? How do you know where the cave is? How do you know where that gate is? Do you know what I mean? How did you turn up at the house just in time when the monster was there? I was saying that all of that is being used to try and make us think that it was him. But then I also flipped it as well and said every single time a bit of information has been, you know, picked up that the sheriff is supposed to get, something's happened. What? Is it a coincidence that, you know, the guy doing, you know, the bodies in the morgue noticed that body parts was being taken, and the fact that he said that he was finishing work in a couple of weeks, boom, he's been killed. Is it a coincidence that the sheriff's managed to get the victim? Do you know what I mean? Gates murder. He's got the signed confession. No, it's gone to him as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Is it a coincidence that when the mayor said that he's found information on this house and he wants to come and tell you, he gets run over just when he's outside? Why is it that when Tyler wants to talk to you about your wife, yeah, that you always don't want to speak about it? Is she the Gates? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, was his wife one of the Gates family members, and now he's had that agenda. She might have died because of something that these Supernaturals done. Do you know what I mean? And he's decided to pick this up and go after it himself. And, you know, he's the reason why he wants to avenge the family. He bought that name in that anagram. Do you know what I mean? He said it was like an anagram of the name. And, like, now he's controlling his son and getting him to do all these dirty works and all the attacks to take people down. Who knows? I think that is a good possibility. I had suspicions of the sheriff last episode. I'm not saying that I'm going to take any credit for any of them, because I've gone full circle. I've named everyone in the cast. But you do take evidence as it comes, and like the more it's been progressing, the more I've been thinking, maybe him, it may be him. And I'm interested now. I would like to know if Tyler knows that he's actually doing it. And I want to know how it's going to react next episode when obviously he goes to Wednesday and she's like, you done it, or whatever's. Is he going to be confused? Because the therapist was definitely confused when she was when she was approached this episode. I thought that she was just playing it off stupidly and she was terrible at a poker face. But that's how you would react if you actually didn't take part in it and someone's accusing you for doing it and killing people and going after all of this mad plans. She's obviously been attacked herself. And now I'm going back to the teacher running the school. Is she good or what? I'm still going to swear on the side that she's good. Everything that I've seen since she admitted what she'd done for Rowan and stuff, like, was trying to help the school, and she was concerned about obviously what's happening. I'm still going to go with it. I'm just going to say it's the sheriff and Tyler now as part of it. It might as well. Do you know what I mean? It's a double act. It's a team. I thought it was the sheriff that blew the cave up. I thought that he's been suspicious every time someone's got close, that something's happened. And now, obviously, you're here and you're seeing him in that final image. I'm going to say it's them, father and son, going at it, Madden style. I can't wait to see, obviously, who the final person is revealed in the final episode. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.